Hi there, wonderful awakening beings and spiritual souls. Jo Rose of jorose.com, numerologist and energy forecaster. In this video, I'm sharing with you the numerology forecast for November 2020. Now, before I share November's forecast, let's take a quick recap of what 2020 has in store for us. Now, I have created a video on 2020 and will leave the link in the description below. 2020, we've got 2 months left of a year that's a 4 energy. How do I know it's a 4 energy? By adding together 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 0 equals 4. 4 is about structure, stability, security, systems. What's been working for you and what has not? Have you built your foundations in sand or cement, and is it been time to change it, or has it been time to change it? When we look at what's been going on in our own countries and across the globe, all forms of structure and security have been toppling and crumbling. We're being forced into things that we don't energetically feel is right for us, but because we've been raised in a compliant society, most people are giving in. I want to tell you, you are a free living man or woman, and you are free from all of this that's going on. You do not need to consent. If we acquiesced, we're going along with it anyway. And what we can see playing out right now, especially after this last October that we've gone through, the 5 energy was really a lot of chaos. And here in the UK, we've now been told we're going into lockdown for the month of November. The flip side of the 4 energy is to be confined, restricted. It's rigid and controlling. It's limiting. You are being pushed to your limits. When are you going to wake up and say enough is enough? There is enough proof out there now to show you that herd immunity will work, and they're showing herd connection by putting us all in one place. Go back to the body. Go back to the spirit. This month, November, will be all about healing. But go back to who you are. Back to connect with Christ consciousness. Because this is a pivotal point in time. 2 months less before we get into 2021 and the 5 energy. All change, 180 degrees, chaos or freedom. What is it that you want? So the lessons to continue building this year is to build stable, strong, solid foundations. Work from the base up and be loyal to you. When you can do this, you'll realize that the people in your vicinity, in your environment, in your family, in your relationships, in your work environment, in your community, you'll know where you fit in and how it works. And if it's working, then you need to be building on it. And if it's not, you need to be getting this foundation in place. I, for one, will be relocating. I didn't get to relocate in October as I thought. Things got delayed, and now with lockdown, I am no sure what's going to happen over the coming month. Be loyal to you. People treat you the way you treat yourself. So be loyal to you. Love you. Work for you, but in a loving, giving way so that it radiates out, so that you get to shine bigger, bolder, brighter and better. And don't you just love my lovely ball of light there behind me? I want you to shine. Let's take a look at November. So November is the 11th month. We have a master number there, so we're extra sensitive with that 11 of November. But we add the 11 to the 4 of 2020, and we'll end up with 15. 1 plus 5 is 6. Now there's an interesting combination of 15, 6. We've got 1 which is all about you, and I've just explained you really must start on working on yourself first, and we'll get into that further when we get into the 6 energy. And we've got the 5. What are you committed to and not committed to? What lights you up? What floats your boat? You've got to start creating the life that you want to live, if not for you, for the future generations, because where is this all going right now? November is a 6 energy. This is about nurture, harmony, generosity. Be generous to yourself. When you understand what it's like to receive and give, you will be better at giving and receiving from others. You can be generous with your time, with your money, with your knowledge, and also by giving people space. And that's one thing a 6 might need to consider over this month. It's a very supportive energy. It's filled with wisdom. The 6 is a go-to. You'll often find coaches and counsellors or hairdressers or beauticians, anyone which has got a way of looking at you and finding the true essence of who you are. It's a number of creation, and it is a number of conscientiousness. The flip side of the 6 can be self-righteous. It's a worrier and a doubter. It can be martyrish, interfering, critical, meddlesome, and a perfectionist. Now, that's going to get you nowhere. And in a month that is working on home and family, you really need to start seeing how your behaviours and emotions are playing out in your environments. Let's take a quick look at some lessons for the 6. Respect boundaries, including your own. Don't meddle and interfere. Wait to be invited. Know the other person's boundaries, but also know your own boundaries. So few people know their own boundaries, and then they get frustrated and upset and resentful when people have pushed them too far. But if other people don't know your boundaries because you don't know your boundaries, how can you make things work? So really consider what your boundaries are. And I've been explaining over the year that the 4 needs to know its boundaries. And once they're strong and solid, they can gently push them out. Oh my gosh. Love and appreciate you, the self. Be responsible for the self. Treat you the way you want to be treated. You will come to understand when you work out what it is that you want and you express that to others, and they work in a way that you are receiving this, there will be less stress, less worry, less disharmony, and more connection and support. The 6 is really about harmony, and we want to harmonise now. We've had that 5, frustrating, adventurous, chaotic, expect the unexpected, etc. And now we're into the 6. Commit to you. First and foremost, you must commit to you. Now, the 6 is a number of peace, love, and a knowing. Love without freedom is conditional. We often hear conditional and unconditional love. Most love in a human format is conditional. To work on unconditional love, you must accept everyone as they are, where they are, and that includes accepting yourself as you are and where you are. When you take responsibility for where you are, you can then take action. But if you live in denial or defense, then you can never move forward. Relationships with restrictions, compliance, and compromise do not gain a peaceful and harmonious relationship. Look, it's your life. LYFE. Love yourself first every day. When you do this, you'll know what doesn't feel right and what feels right. It's just, you have to go inside. All the answers lie inside, not externally. Whatever's going on out there is going on out there. But how are you dealing with it? How has this year helped you look at your relationships your home, your job, your interests, your hobbies. Where are you spending your time? Your home environment needs to be strong and grounding because you start and end your day there. The same as the relationships. They need to be uplifting as much as possible and understanding that life is like a heart monitor machine and there will be ups and downs. Be there for each other. You can only do that when you've been there for yourself. So pay attention to your relationships, your partner, your family, and your community. Set great intentions to find out where the love is and how it's working for you. Ask, who is responsible for you? I mean, seriously. Most of us are adults if we're listening to this video. We are responsible for ourselves. We've made decisions that put us in situations that perhaps are pushing us and going against what it is. Is that relationship something that you should steer away from, or is it pushing you so much because you are about to burst open and grow further? What and who are you responsible for? I've just said you're responsible for yourself, and I understand those that have got young and small children or a parent that they're caring for. We've each picked our life and our parents and our family and connection, and we're here to learn, grow and evolve from it. So if the responsibility lies with somebody else, pass it over to them, and if it lies with you, do it. But don't do the responsibility of another, expect them to be grateful for it, and give you big hugs, because it doesn't work that way. Many times we help others because we don't want to do the work ourselves, because it's hardest to do the work on themselves. So let go of fixing others and interfering in other life, and work out if another is affecting yours, what is it bringing up for you, and start working on it. This is a month to heal. Now, last month, did you attempt to communicate with your family, friends, work colleagues, etc.? 5 of the last month is about communication, and you may have gone full out there. Wake up, everybody, something is happening. This doesn't make sense. It feels wrong. So there you were, out spreading your voice and your message. This month is a time not to really be vocal, but to listen. It's to understand or inner stand better, because understand means you are under something, but when you inner stand, then it's coming from inside. All the answers that you need for your life and your progress and your happiness and your harmony lie inside of you. If things don't feel right, why don't they feel right? Acknowledge those that do feel right and start looking at how you can get more things that help you feel better in your day. Your feelings are a guide. So listen to whatever's going on inside. Get it out of your head, get into your emotions and sit with them. Never say yes to something when you're happy and in the flow of saying yes. Give yourself time to think about it. Don't take on all the chores because you want to help everybody. And I understand we're being forced to think about others. And I'm not saying I don't think about others. I certainly do think about others. But others have got to think about themselves. We're wearing these masks because we're thinking about others. We're social distancing because we're thinking about others. Now we're going into lockdown because we're thinking about others. Yet if you actually take the time out, and I'm sorry I'm going to use this in this video, if you take the time out to look at the statistics, not what mainstream media is telling you, but take the time out to use the lockdowns that are coming and start doing your research. The 6th energy this month, I want you to listen to yourself and listen to others. You don't need to come up with solutions. You don't need to be logical. Just be there for you and for another. But make sure it doesn't cost you your energy in the process. Now, it's 100% time this month for family, home and community. The lockdown again is forcing us together. I mentioned this to my brother the other day and I said, oh, there may be 10 days of darkness. I've heard this rumour going out there. I've heard rumours of coups going on also. I don't know. Until things happen, we never know how true they are. But when I said to my brother that there will be 10 days of darkness and all social media and internet facilities and TV may be gone, he said, what? That would mean I have to spend time with the family. And that's exactly what this month is about. Spending time with your family in the home. If you don't live with your family, you've got a phone that you can pick up and call them. That, I'm sure, will still be working in these times that are coming ahead. Connect with them. Who are they? I found out something about my father from my mother the other day that I did not even know. My father passed last year. Mum and Dad been divorced most of my life, and she shared that. But if I hadn't gone to see Mum, it was her birthday, if I hadn't gone to see her, I wouldn't have known this information. Find out about your history, your hereditary. Find out how other people are doing things and getting on. Connect to your home. In February, I said, get your home in order. So did you? I said, if you weren't in the right home, get in the right home. And I'm sure many of you that weren't really struggled in the last lockdown. I heard today, while we're going into a lockdown here in the UK on the 4th, another minister turned around and said it may not end on the 2nd of December. Well, let's cancel Christmas. Let's make smaller and smaller bubbles so that we can't get together. We need to get together. The 6th is about family, connection, love, harmony, support, well-being, beauty, warmth. Get as much of that in your life as you can. Are you connected in your relationships? Now is the time to really work on this. You need stability as we go into 2021. 2020 is a 4 energy. It was all about strengthening the foundations. What do you love? Think of 6 things that you love about you. 6 things that you love about your partner. 6 things you love about your home. 6 things you love about your children, about your work. Go through and make a list of these things and set the intention every day to feel this love and this joy and make the connections. Because 2021 is going to be all change, 180 degrees. I hope you've been moving in the right direction for the right change, because I have my fingers crossed. I have been saying my prayers. I have been putting out my energy so that we can have freedom over chaos next year. It's interesting, they say chaos or order. And what I'm discovering is the establishment, the deep state, is creating chaos to push their order. Think about this, because that order that they're pushing, is it really serving you? Is it working for you? You hear statistics rising of the mental health challenges, suicides, and people not getting their well-being taken care of. Stress is rising. People haven't got the money to put the food on the table. There are so many challenges going on. The 5 energy is about freedom, and I've explained that freedom brings you the choice to do as you want. And as a living man and as a living woman, next year you want to be focusing on this freedom. Now, the 6th cycle can bring up guilt or blame. These are great relationship destroyers. Don't let them destroy your relationships or yourself. Come together as a team. The 6 is family, the 4 is family. This is really about coming together and working out how you can elevate together, not necessarily with a leader and followers, but each all taking your own responsibility because you understand where that you're going. If your relationships are not working, then find a way to split amicably. Now, relationships can be your personal relationships, but also with your own government. Is your government serving you? And if it's not, start researching how you can find a way to speak up and speak out. There is a petition here in the UK to ask Parliament to not allow this lockdown to go through. That will take place. The hearing is on Wednesday the 3rd. A lockdown is at 1 minute past midnight on Thursday the 4th. So take a look on the government website and sign that petition. That's here in the UK. What about other countries? Do you have petitions that you can write? And also start looking into the Magna Carta. There are points in there that states that we are all free beings and our government should be working for us, not against us. Now, all emotions are self-evolving. No one can make you feel anything. It's how you react to it. So how can you react to it so that you feel better? What do you need to learn and grow from? Last month was about being resourceful. Were you resourceful? Have you found a way to look at things differently? Have you moved on in areas that you were stuck? Do you need to re-educate yourself? Next month is a 7 and it really is a good time to re-educate yourself. However, in this lockdown period, I'm suggesting that you do go out there and you do start looking. There are so many places that you can go and there is more information coming out. Yes, it's censored and mainstream media are not sharing it, but go on BitChute, go on MeWe, Telegram, Brave, DuckDuckGo. You can find information. There are groups that are sharing openly, because what may seem like a conspiracy theory, they're coming true. So a conspiracy theory is a theory that's not answered. It's a theory. The government or the CIA called it a conspiracy theory to make us look ludicrous if we brought up something that was against the system. The 6th energy is a healing energy. How are you going to react to your emotions this month? Go inside. I've said this before. Every emotion is as valuable as the next. Sadness, anger, frustration, guilt. They are all worth going inside and finding out why they are coming up. Your emotions are your sat-nav, so start following them. Do not compromise for peace. It will never bring peace. You need to find a win-win. Are we compromising in our relationships? Are we compromising with our governments? Are we compromising with this virus? We shouldn't be compromising. We should be looking for a win-win. Do your research. Perhaps the government is only showing one side. Perhaps mainstream media is only showing one side. Become open. Be critical in your thinking. Feel your way through it. Trust your intuition. It will guide you to where you need to be. What structure and security would you like? This is the 4 energy. Think about this. What structure and security would you like? Now is the time to get it in place. What is peace and harmony to you? What do you need to do to make it happen? Earlier I said, find 6 things that you love about yourself. Do the same with 6 things that make you feel peaceful. 6 things that bring peace into your relationships, into your career. Look at the 6 energies that I mentioned at the beginning of this video and see how you can incorporate that into this month. Surround yourself with like-minded people and avoid situations that are going to cause you to flinch or repel or feel wrong. We're looking for resonance. If it feels right, it is. And if it doesn't, we need to look at why it's coming up and either avoid it or face it and deal with the fears, deal with what's coming up. So last month was a 5 energy. Did you make any changes? I suggested you made the changes that you needed to get the foundations in place so that you are more solid and grounded as we move into 2021. Ask yourself in every moment, what would love do now? When I was going through a tough time, this was a statement that I picked up from a book, Conversation with God. What would love do now? And it helped me so much. So I'm recommending that perhaps you ask that question right now. What would love do now? Love is the strongest energy there is. It's stronger than anything else. And if we can spend time in love, we will not be in fear. And it's the fear that gets the ego side going. So spend time in creativity, spend time doing things that you love, spend time connecting with those that you love, spend time honouring and loving yourself. Think about the change you can make as we move towards the end of this year and we get into next year for the generations to come. What kind of world would you like them to live in? Set your intents daily to be supportive, loving, listening, and certainly loving yourself. Now, this is the 6th energy of November. I do have a personal month series, so do go and check your personal months out, because it's really important to know that the universal energy is here, and then we've got our own one riding on top, and they could be, conflicting or working together. I'm going to create a video. I know I promised it last month, but I'm going to create a video with regards to my offer for mentorship, and I'm going to share the breakdown of how I have been living with my personal year energy throughout the year, and how it's helped me to know what's coming and how to deal with it, when to step forward and when to step back, when to plan and when to rest. If you can do this, you'll be able to steer your energy, steer your relationships, and it won't even feel like work. So I will have that offer coming. Check your personal year videos out. Also go and check out your life path number, because working with your life path number and your personal year and the universal year, again, it gets you in the right place at the right time. It shows you what you're here to learn and grow from. And the expression series shows you the skills and traits that you've brought with you. I'd love you to share this video. If you've liked it, do give me a thumbs up. Please, if you've not yet subscribed, do, and press the bell for notifications. I've been on a lull because I've been packing up my house and I've been restricted. I've had no internet and all sorts of things, that there's not been many videos from me. Once I move, I'll be back on track and looking forward to sharing so much more with you. I love the connection, and my plan is to raise the vibration, show you how you can shine your light and be bigger, bolder, brighter and better. By being you, you can do more for society than by being someone else that society expects you to be. Now is the time to step into you, to nurture and grow and flourish. The 6th energy is about fertility and creation. So start creating the life that you were born to live. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.